Thinking Madrid and thinking museums seems like a natural act. The Spanish capital is full of extraordinary museums, and we will deal with the most important ones in another video on the channel. The purpose of today's program is different but equally noble, because we are going to try to help you save money on your visit to the city's museums. We are going to talk about passes and season tickets to visit Madrid's museums. Hola, ¿qué tal? I am Tony Galvez from Road Trip Spain and Portugal, where we help you plan the perfect trip with practical information and insider tips. Let's get down to business. We're going to tell you about 5 passes that we think are very interesting for those who are going to visit Madrid. A word of warning, we have placed the prices in force at the time of recording the video, but you know that prices go up, and if you watch this video in the future, in a few years' time, it's very likely that the values will be different. In order to keep you up to date, we will place links in the description of the video so that you can have an idea of the current prices. We are off to a spectacular start with the creme de la creme of Madrid's museums. The Abono del Paseo del Arte is a combined ticket that allows you to visit 3 of the jewels in Madrid's museum crown: the Prado Museum, the Reina Sofia Museum, and the Thyssen-Bornemisza Museum, 3 museums that need no introduction. If you were to buy normal tickets for these museums, you would spend 40 euros. The season ticket costs 32, so that's a saving of 8 euros. Let's look at the rules. With the Abono Paseo del Arte, you can visit each museum just the one time. You can do so at any time and day of the week. The pass can be purchased at any of the 3 museums or online. It gives you access to the permanent collection of each museum. It may give you access to some temporary exhibitions, although the most important ones are likely to be excluded from the pass, and it is valid for 1 year. The Abono 8 Museums, the 8 Museums Pass of the City of Madrid, says it all in its name. It allows entry to 8 museums in Madrid. The museums are the Museo Arqueológico Nacional, the Museo Sorolla, the Museo del Traje, the Museo de América, the Museo Nacional de Antropología, the Museo Cerralbo, the Museo Nacional de Artes Decorativas, and the Museo del Romanticismo. If you were to buy normal tickets for these museums, you would spend 24 euros, as each ticket costs 3 euros. The season ticket costs 16, so that's a saving of 8 euros. Let's look at the rules. With the 8 museum pass, you can visit each museum as many times as you want. The pass is purchased at any of the 8 museums, and it is valid for 15 days. You may not be familiar with all the museums included in the pass. You may not even know any of them, but we assure you that there are 5 or 6 excellent museums on that list. The fact that the pass allows unlimited visits to the museums adds to the value of the pass. The vast and rich National Archaeological Museum, for example, is a museum that deserves several visits. The Abono 4 Museos, the 4 museums pass of the City of Madrid, is a reduced version of the 8 museums pass. Only, instead of entering 8 museums, you will be able to visit 4 to choose from the list of the Museo Arqueológico Nacional, the Museo Sorolla, the Museo del Traje, the Museo de América, the Museo Nacional de Antropología, the Museo Cerralbo, the Museo Nacional de Artes Decorativas, and the Museo del Romanticismo. If you were to buy 4 normal tickets for these museums, you would spend 12 euros, as each ticket costs 3 euros. The season ticket costs 8 euros, so that's a saving of 4. Let's look at the rules. With the 4 museums pass, you can visit each museum as many times as you want. The pass is purchased at any of the 4 museums, and it is valid for 10 days. This pass is an option for those who think that either they will not have time or are not interested in visiting the 8 museums on the list. The Abono 5 Museos Otro Madrid, the 5 museum pass, Another Madrid, includes visits to 5 museums in the city that have one thing in common. They occupy palaces in Madrid. The museums are the Museo Lázaro Galdiano, the Museo Sorolla, the Museo del Romanticismo, the Museo Ferralbo and the Museo Nacional de Artes Decorativas. If you were to buy normal tickets for these museums, you would spend 19 euros. The season ticket costs 12, so that's a saving of 7. Let's look at the rules. With the 5 museums season ticket, this rule is not very clear on the pass website, but we understand that it allows you to enter each museum only the one time. The pass is bought in any of the 5 museums and it is valid for 10 days. On the pass website there is an extra benefit that seems very good, so you should make sure that it is still offered when you buy the pass. With the pass, you will receive a loyalty card valid for 1 year that will allow you and a companion free entry to the 5 museums every Saturday of the year. If you are planning to visit the Museo Lázaro Galdiano, which has an exceptional art collection, and any other museum on the list, you may find the pass very worthwhile, especially with the added benefit of repeat visits on Saturdays. And to finish the video, a season ticket with spectacular benefits. The Tarjeta Anual de Museos Estatales allows entry to a series of state museums in Madrid, which are basically the 8 in the 8 museum pass. Pay attention, the Prado Museum and the Reina Sofia. In addition to the Madrid museums, it allows entry to other state museums in other parts of Spain, which you can see on the screen below. The pass will set you back 36 euros. And if you went 3 times to El Prado, you would have made the most of it. Let's look at the rules. With the card, you can visit each museum as many times as you want. The pass is purchased at any of the museums and it is valid for 1 year. When you buy the pass, you will have to bring an official ID, which will serve as proof that you are the authorized holder of the pass. You will have to show the same document, the number of which will appear on the pass every time you use the pass. The annual card can be a sensational benefit for those who live in Madrid, for those who are going to visit Madrid several times, or even for those who are going to do a marathon of museums in Madrid. The possibility of entering for free, for example, El Prado, as many times as you want, is really appealing. And there you have it, 5 museum passes for art lovers who are planning a visit to Madrid. The choice of one pass or another is going to depend on you. Don't you jump into buying a pass without first doing the maths to see if it's worth it. Saving on a trip is always important, and with these passes, those who plan to spend a significant part of their time in Madrid visiting museums will be able to save a few euros. By the way, we will soon be publishing a video with tips on how to save money in Madrid, the link to which you will see at the top of the screen when it is ready. Next week we'll be posting a video introducing you to the museums we've talked about in this program, and a few more too. Madrid is full of fantastic museums that are well worth seeing. We'll be back soon with a new video about traveling in Spain. Hasta la próxima. See you soon.